Ann Logan, and I am a longtime friend. I'm not close enough? Okay. Thank you. Okay. I'm a longtime friend and fellow animal advocate of Beegie, so I will be talking to you tonight about our work together and our friendship. As we celebrate the many wonderful qualities and accomplishments of Beegie Adair, I remember how she often described herself as a piano player. Given her exceptional talent, style, and success, if you ever want a great example of an understatement, I say use that one. My relationship with Beegie began as a fellow animal advocate. I first heard her name in 1979. We had just moved to Franklin from Nashville when I faced a heartbreaking situation with a homeless pet. One of the first things I learned about this community I love was that in 1979, we had no humane option for homeless animals. I didn't know then that this harsh reality would lead me to Beegie, but it did. Out of desperation and new to the community, I asked my vet if he knew anyone I could talk to about this. I will never forget his answer, Beegie Adair. From that moment on, her name, and then Beegie herself, had a special place in my life. She gave me hope before I even knew her. It would be months before Beegie and I connected when we both joined a new local nonprofit whose mission was to buy land and build an animal shelter. Our relationship grew from there. We fought the good fight with that effort for almost 5 years before moving on. After a summer of floundering, I called Beegie and asked her what she thought of starting a different nonprofit, one that focused on prevention of pet homelessness through spay, neuter, and education. Beegie loved the concept. I have always believed that if Beegie had said no that day, I would likely have given up. But she didn't. She said yes and volunteered to use her musical talents to write a jingle that we could provide to music teachers in elementary schools. She titled her jingle, "One is Wonderful," as a clever way to teach young children about the value of spaying and neutering their pets. In 1986, the organization became People for Animals, since being people for animals was a part of who we both were. Beegie was an incorporator and founding board member of PFA. In addition to our focus on spay-neuter, PFA also began an energetic advocacy for our county's woefully underfunded shelter. We had great success with proposals to the county for physical improvements, qualified leadership, humane euthanasia, and of course, mandated spay-neuter for shelter animals. From those extremely humble beginnings decades ago, with much work on the part of many and exceptional financial support from the county, our county's shelter is now a progressive model and resource for others in the state and even the country. Most of my time with Beegie was spent sharing ideas and solutions to the challenge we faced as we volunteered in countless ways on behalf of animals. Occasionally, we also had lunch or talked on the phone about other things in our lives, including joyous and heartbreaking times with our own animals. During one of those talks, she surprised me by inviting our son to a recording session here in Franklin, just because she knew he wanted to become a musician himself. What a thrill and inspiration in a young guitarist's life. Another memorable event in my mind was Beegie's 50th birthday party, which she threw for herself. Such great style my thoughtful, treasured friend had. I see parallels between Beegie's music and her animal advocacy. I think her touch at the piano was much like her touch in speaking. Soft, but moving and always worthy of your attention. When Beegie played, people listened. When Beegie spoke, people listened as well. Her words were sometimes offered at critical moments when something difficult needed to be said, and others didn't have the courage or the right words. I deeply admired and respected that. I will close by saying that in addition to my memories of Beegie as a longtime friend and fellow advocate for animals, I am especially grateful now that I will also always have her music. The beautiful, uplifting sound she created at the piano never failed to connect me to the support and inspiration she provided, the consequential volunteer work we did together, and the cherished friend that she was. I hope to always have that.